Now, I have taken a lot of heat for what I'm about to say next. Learn the letter names before their sounds. Now, many reading experts will tell you that letter recognition is a wasted step and that children can learn the name of each letter and their sounds at the same time. Well, they can go fly a kite. Now, before I tell you why, my name is Marc. As an early childhood educator, I spent the last 20 years helping children achieve incredible literacy skills in record time and form a solid love for reading. It's time to pass the torch. I'm here to help you do the same. So stick around to the end. I got something special for you. In the meantime, here are 4 reasons to consider letter names first. Now, the first is to establish clear and stable visual anchors for sounds. During a typical phonics lesson, we would say S is spelled with the letter S. Now, if a child hesitates, which squiggle is S again? The brain can't clearly attach the sound to the symbol. Now, when teaching a concept like magic E, we say that E gives up all its power. It is silent so that this letter, O, can say his real name. What if the child doesn't know that's an O? You see where I'm going with this, right? Now, the second advantage is to lessen the load on the brain while decoding. Think of what is already involved while your child is learning to read. They need to blend sounds, track print from left to right, and not to mention the expectations that are placed upon them to remember and understand what they read, retention, comprehension. Now, when letter shapes and names are automatic, they can free up mental bandwidth for the new task, matching sound sequences to spellings. The third benefit is that it prevents avoidable errors that derail accuracy. The typical stuff, confusing your B's and D's, or mistaking your P's and Q's, an N for an H. These lead to wrong sounds, wrong words, and very quickly, frustration. Solid letter recognition acts as quality control, so phonics instruction builds on clean input. Instead of piling rules on top of letters they still can't identify properly. Now, I've seen reading experts on YouTube helping parents and teachers address letter reversal errors while a child is in the process of sounding out a challenging word. The attention given to blending is now diverted to fixing a letter recognition issue that could have been ironed out long before they started blending letter sounds.
Shame on you. For shame.
And finally, it speeds up orthographic mapping. What on earth does that mean? Well, the first part, ortho, is taken from a Greek word orthos, meaning correct or corrective. And you've heard this used before to describe corrective footwear, orthopedic. Now, the graphic part comes from grapheme, which literally means correct spelling. It's also language specific. I use letters to spell my name, M-A-R-C. But my name looks very different in these languages. Yet in those languages, it's orthographically correct. This is also why letters in the phonics world are also referred to as graphemes. A grapheme is anything that represents a sound in words. It could be a letter, a picture, a character, even a single wavy line can count too. Pretty cool, right? Now, when your child sees a new word, they will need to decode the sequence of letters or graphemes and segment the word into their individual sound components called phonemes. Now, once they have identified each sound, they blend those sounds one after another. There's reading in a nutshell. Now, getting back to our orthographic mapping thing. Now, the long vowel E sound in the word feet is represented by 2-letter E's. Once they lock that into memory, any other spelling will not only look wrong, but when asked to spell the word feet, they can picture the correct spelling in their heads and recreate it verbally or on paper. Now, so many reading programs jump to sounds first and even ignore letter names altogether so they can prove that their system gets kids reading in record time. Now, picture a child, 2nd grade, first day of school, standing in front of the class. She's asked to introduce herself and spell her name out loud. My name is Brenda. B-R-E-N-D-A. In short, effortless letter recognition provides the visual foundation and thinking headroom that makes your phonics instructions stick. Most children can memorize the alphabet in less than a month. Is 30 days going to really set your child back that far? They have to learn the letter names eventually and in alphabetical order. And by the way, sounds are not taught in alphabetical order. So they might as well master the letter names first, especially while their memory skills are at peak performance. Now you stuck with me this far, and I promised you a free gift. So click on the link in the description and I'll send you a beautifully illustrated alphabet tracing and letter recognition activity book that will complement the commendable efforts you are making to help your little one remember the 26 letter names of our alphabet. Never forget this. Your success means the world to me. I believe with all sincerity that parents make the best teachers. Let me prove it to you. I look forward to working with you soon. Stay wonderful, and I'll see you in the next video.